What's up, everyone? This is Tatum. I'm back with another episode of Flowers. For those that's new to my channel, this is my segment where I like to give some of my favorite albums or albums that I think deserve a little bit more praise, their flowers. And today I'm giving this album flowers because I've just been seeing too much negative flack about it from people I know, from people on the internet, some people on my comments and other videos. Like they forgot how great this album was. So today I'm going to be talking about the highest selling album worldwide, all times. Nothing is ever going to top this. Michael Jackson's Thriller. Like I said in the intro, man, I've been seeing a lot of negativity surrounding Thriller. As time goes on, it seems like people just act weird towards it, like it isn't the greatest, one of the greatest albums ever invented, highest selling album of all time. And before you say, yeah, sales don't mean everything, sales means something, especially when you're the highest selling album of all time. So, and I love Thriller. And to be truthfully honest with you, Thriller's not even my favorite Michael Jackson album. I like Off the Wall and I like Bad. But that doesn't take anything away from Thriller. I still recognize Thriller for how great it is. It's just Michael Jackson's Michael Jackson. That first 3-album run was just magnificent. So if you haven't watched my Bad review Off the Wall episode, go check that out as well. I'll leave it down below in the description. It's crazy. Thriller was Michael Jackson's 6th album. I kind of look at it as like his 2nd album, though. It's his 2nd album also with Quincy Jones. That 3-album run they went on was just... it's no words that can describe it. I remember watching an Off the Wall documentary, and if you haven't seen that, you should go watch it. Just look it up on Google. I'm pretty sure you'll find it. Spike Lee's done 2 Michael Jackson documentaries, one on the 20th anniversary of Bad, which is also a dope documentary, and Off the Wall. And it just explains all the, the stuff leading up to Off the Wall. And I'm waiting for you to do a Thriller documentary too, Spike Lee. But it leads to everything going into Off the Wall, and at the end, it kind of, you're about to get into the Thriller thing. And Off the Wall did great numbers, I think, like over 10 million records sold, which is like a huge success. But Mike wasn't satisfied, and he said that when he went back the next time to make the next album, which was Thriller, he wanted to make the greatest album of all time and sell the most records. And you wish things like that, and you put things out there in the universe like that, and it comes back. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people wish I was successful with this, wish I was successful with that, but a lot of people don't put in the work also. So I think Thriller is it just shows hard work and dedication. I think they put every blood, sweat, and tears into this album, and you could hear that, and that's why it's received so well. And it's only 9 songs, and 7 of the 9 songs were singles. Fucking insane. All you haters out there, you should be ashamed of yourself. The album starts with, you want to be starting something, you got to be starting something. I think that's one of the greatest intro records to an album ever. I think just that that snare to start it off, and then just falls right into it like, oh, you don't even get a chance to get ready for the record. Like, it is, as soon as you pop it in the first pop, 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 you like thrown right into it. And Michael Jackson is like made one of these great. I would have loved to see this song performed live on like that Dangerous tour or the Bad tour, just any tour when Michael Jackson was in his prime, just to see the reaction of that. Do you hear all the instrumentations in there? And Michael Jackson has a thing where, obviously, biggest pop, king of pop, his music relates to so many people of so many complexions and thoughts, is because, like, listen to the message, like, lift your head up high, scream out to the world, I know I am someone, so let the truth unfurl. Like, it's, he has like this come together music that just makes everyone feel good. And most of the time, a lot of times, you might not even know what he's talking about. Like, you might not even know what he's talking about, but it just feels so good and feels so right that it's just, yeah. So, want to be starting something to start the album is, I never even thought about that. Want to be starting something to start the album. But it's just great. Like, even one of my favorite parts of that song is like towards the end, he's like, if you can't feed your baby, then don't have a baby. My baby's slowly dying. Like, it's his everything he does is just top notch on this album, just full steam. Like it had to be called Thriller because it's just that. It goes into Baby Be Mine, which is probably one of my favorites on the album. I just love that. I love R&B Mike. Like I know on this album compared to Off the Wall, which Off the Wall was kind of more of a R&B ladder disco kind of feel to it, but you kind of get those on here, but you on Thriller you get more Mike going for the stars pretty much. Like if he didn't cross over yet, I mean you had to cross over 10 million records, but this is like the crossover from Wanna Be Starting or something. It's just like it's all types of music. It's disco, it's electro, it's little bit of hip hop in there. It's a lot of this is rock in there. It's R&B. It's everything you could think of in this album. So, Baby Be Mine is one of the few records on here that's like core R&B, and I just love the way. I love everything about that song. I feel like it's a sleeper on this album. Just the way he started. There will be no reason to change your mind. Like, I can't sit still, you thrill me, baby, be mine. Like, that flow. Darling, let me hold you. Like, when you in my arms and melt your fears away. Bum, 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 bum. I probably butchered the lyrics, but you get what I'm saying. Just that whole cadence and flow that he had throughout that whole song is just, it's just a feel good record. It's just, I could put that on at any time and just feel, it's the perfect mood for everything. So, Baby Be Mine, great record. I would love to know the records that didn't make the album. That goes into The Girl Is Mine, which I think was the first song released, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was the first song. It was the first song released. I wasn't alive in the time, but all I can go by. I wasn't alive in the time, so all I could go by is just hearsay and talking to people about Michael Jackson and the time. You'll be shocked how many older people I talked to and just asked them about how it was when Michael Jackson Thriller happened, or when the Beatles first came to the United States. I always ask older people about those questions because I vicariously lived through them in that instance. So, The Girl Is Mine. I think it's a slept-on track. It may be the worst track on here, maybe not, but in retrospect, I still think it's a great record. I don't think it's better than Say, but it's still a great record, and it's just a continuation from Girlfriend. I think Mike and Paul always, that was their thing. Girlfriend, gonna tell your boyfriend. I got to do an Off the Wall review as well because that song is just amazing. But I don't think it's better than Girlfriend or Say. In comparison to everything else on this album, I know some people in my comments are getting mad that I'm saying calling individual tracks records, but it's weird because sidebar, don't the Grammys give out a Grammy for record of the year, and those are usually singles? Anyways, back to Thriller. Yeah, just compared to everything else on this record, I think it's just it's just hard to put up a fight, you know what I mean? Especially when the next song right after The Girl Is Mine is Thriller. Like, what can you do? Like, I used to be scared of that video. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only kid, but growing up, I was scared of that Thriller video. And I asked some of my like uncles and older people I talked to, how was it when that video came out? And the way it was described to me, it was like everybody rushed home. Like the streets was empty kind of shit. Like it was like pandemonium. Like everybody's family was in front of the TV waiting for the Thriller video movie to premiere. And I never seen anything like that in my life. So if you have a Thriller like story, let me know in the comments. Like if you were a kid in that era or adult in that era, how was that experience like with that video and just that moment in time of the album itself? Let me know in the comments. But Thriller is one of those songs that's just gonna live forever. There's nothing I can really say to justify or not justify, but I can't give it more praise than it already has. Like Thriller's gonna play every year around Halloween, Michael Jackson's birthday. Like you're gonna hear Thriller for the rest of your life. It's gonna be in Party City's commercials forever. It's gonna be here forever. And one of those on, I really think it's Thriller 25 where they have the interviews of people, but Vincent Price said he wrote that monologue while in the taxi driving to the studio. He did it so last minute, and for it to turn out that great, that was just the gods, you know what I mean? And probably one of the most iconic videos ever. Let's just say that. Like, you can hate the album or you want it. You don't think it's better than, I don't know, Zeppelin or whoever your great rock stars that people put this album up against. The stuff on here is so iconic. The leather jacket, bro. The leather jacket, the black slacks. Like, Michael Jackson had people walking around like that. So, like, you can't even compare anything to this. And that's just fact. Like, you could try, but it wouldn't even make sense. That goes into Beat It. And I was listening to this song in the car today with my girlfriend, and she didn't realize. It's funny. Michael Jackson made a whole song about like running from a fight. Like, Michael Jackson was like the most punkest guy ever. Like, I don't care. I don't care who wants to be the big man. If you're in trouble, get out of there. And she said to me, like, I didn't even realize this song was about that. All these years. Again, Michael Jackson's music's so great that we could listen to it and vibe out to it for however many years and not even know what the actual song is about. Like, but once you break it down, you're like, wait, like, what is Thriller about? To this day, I don't know what Thriller's about. But yes, Beat It is freaking ridiculous. That guitar solo is just stupid. Everything, like, that next run he's about to do from Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean, doom 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 doom. She told me her name was Bill. If Billie Jean comes on and you don't start singing and dancing, something's wrong with you. Something has to be seriously wrong with you. If Billie Jean comes on and you just stand there, like, I don't care if you were just about to fight, or you could have the worst day of your life if you hear doom 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 doom, like, your whole mood changes. It's like, you gotta just, people always told me, like, and to have Mike have a song about another joke. It's always funny that Mike has a song like that baby's not mine. That baby is not mine, even if his eyes are like mine. Like, and then my mama always told me, be careful who you love. Like, it's such a great record. It's such a great, just dun 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 dun, hey, dun 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 dun. Hey, the lit, was that the lit floors? Is that Billie Jean? I think that's the lit floor video. So, like, yeah, iconic video. Wasn't this the video? Was this the video that he had to fight to get on MTV? I believe it debuted on MTV and was the first African American video played on the network. Like, that's insane. And it was what, 83. Crazy. Look at the barriers he's breaking. Forget it. Billie Jean goes into Human Nature, which is probably one of the greatest songs ever. Mike really let that sample fly a lot too. Like, it's a lot of Human Nature samples. MC Lyte, SWV. It's multiple people with the Human. I think Chris Brown has one. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people using the Human Nature sample, and I think that record, from what I read, I believe that record was left at like an end of another song's demo, and the reel was still playing, and it came on by accident. And when it came on, it was just magic. Like, they rarely made any changes to it in a way, and that's a great record, man. Human Nature is just looking out across the night sky. Like, that's another record that comes on if you're in any kind of mood. You gotta just melt when that record comes on, because it's just so. It just feels so good. It feels right. It's just good. Like, it's just a great record. Human Nature, man. I love that record. That goes into PYT. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving. It's just, it's no bad record out of 9 records. There's no bad song on here, and it just gets better and better and better. Like, it doesn't fall off. Every song has its own lane. It's just beautiful. And Janet Jackson singing na 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 Janet's on there, so that's pretty cool. Easter egg. And then it closes out with a great R&B love ballad. You will always be the lady in my life, which is probably played at a lot of weddings, which is probably dedicated to a lot of women. It's just a amazing way to end the album, to have that record just. It's a beautiful record, man. Boom, doom, doom, doom. Boom, doom, doom, doom. Lay back in my tent. Like, that's Michael Jackson did R&B music so great. Like, when he did it, even from a child, but just that vibe of Lady in My Life is just unmatched. To this day, it's hard to match that record, but great album. Let me get into my favorite records: Baby Be Mine, Human Nature, and Wanna Be Starting Something, but that could change tomorrow. Worst song, I'm gonna go with The Girl Is Mine. Not, like I said before, it's not a bad record. It's just compared to everything else on this album, it's a tough fight. Best line: there'll be no darkness tonight. Lady, our love will shine. Light in the night. Just put your trust in my heart and meet me in paradise. Every time I hear that line in that song and the way it's sung and everything, it's just, yeah, it's just dope. So, best line. Let's wrap this shit up, though. In closing, what more can I say about this album? It broke barriers. It helped the first African American artist to have a video debut on MTV, or have a video in rotation on MTV. Greatest selling album of all times worldwide. 9 records, all hits, no misses. That's for the married folks. It's just it's uncomparable to anything. It changed everything. The red jackets, the videos that were short films that were just great, that changed the way artists did videos. And this album inspired so many people. Some of your favorite artists were inspired by Thriller. And, like I said at the beginning, Thriller should always be held to the standard of the highest of the highs. I don't care who your favorite artist is. I don't care what type of music you listen to the most. Thriller deserves that respect. And yeah, I just had to give it flowers because, like I said, I'm tired of the disrespect on Thriller. Every time Rolling Stones redo their list, Thriller gets further and further out of the top 10, which is stupid. You can't change history, man. like even if your argument is just, sales don't mean anything. All right, let's go song for song. Thriller is still washing everything. So he's his own competition. And I just wanted to give flowers to Mike and Thriller. That's pretty much it. So let me know some of your favorite records on the album. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's talk it up in the comments. But as always, I'm Tatum. Flowers for Michael Jackson's Thriller. Peace.